All right, guys, we're going to go over a variation, I suppose. We're going to do a walking lunge, but we're going to use dumbbells, and we're going to go in a front rack position. So with this exercise, although I'm basically lunging, the point of emphasis of this exercise is really upper body stability, while my lower body's kind of trying to screw it up. Like my lower body's in locomotion, so where does this come from in kind of the static lifting? So if I'm squatting with my barbell and my upper body is moving as I'm trying to descend and ascend, not only is my lower body trying to have to contend with moving the mass, it's also now have to create more balance than it needs to, right? I've got to lock that upper body in, so when I squat, it's not in motion, okay? And that's the difficulty of this exercise, is picking a weight that's challenging, but being in a position where there's no solid bar for me to torque against. So I have to create the same sort of contraction, right? But from an isometric hold. And so if I can be, it's from a fighting standpoint, from a climbing, from a shooting standpoint, either side, that's a really good place to be, right? My front rack is the same position I shoot from with a rifle. My front rack is really, from a humeral standpoint, the same place I'm gonna fight from, okay? So there's a little bit more correlation than just, hey, here's a cool exercise. We're gonna really take this exercise into an athletic movement that's really conducive for the tactical environment, okay? So for me, I like to use the flat dumbbells because I can set this on my shoulder and now I can create symmetry. I make sure my hands are the same. It takes me a minute here, okay? I'm gonna set these on my shoulder the same. I'm gonna make sure that my opening, right, is all these positions are the same as best I can, because that's the position I wanna hold. So, just like anything else, up on my toes, descend, control. What I'm watching is, yes, my legs are doing the work, but my upper body is really having to create that stability, okay? So we can go from that front rack position, and then from there, guys, right, we can create challenge. I can go single arm, I can go double arm overhead, and you'll see these starting to progress into programs, because the lunging, especially for the tactical population, guys, like, I'm not super concerned with 1RMs at those heavy masses. What I'm really concerned with is choosing appropriate mass that you're gonna have to handle. Body armor, like Mark 46, Mark 48, heavy weapons, right? Mortars. And so being able to move these masses with stability, why? Because I want these masses, you gotta learn to be like on a gun with tension, but with a lot of athletic ability. I don't want to be so locked in I can't move, right? So we need to take these where I'm in a lunge, I'm really tense, I'm going through it, but I'm always in a constant state of assessment, and I'm not being distracted by this weight, oh my God, okay? So it's about stress inoculation based on positions. And so sometimes the exercise isn't meant to be hard in the sense of heavy. It's meant to be difficult in the sense of trying to create stability while you're in locomotion. Okay, walking lunge, dumbbell lunge, front rack position, guys, give it a shot.